Hey everyone, it's Harris. Who is excited for the NFL in 2023? I'm here today to talk about fantasy football running backs. We are sponsored by Vuori, some of my favorite clothes in the world. We'll have more about them later in the video. Running back is a contractually much maligned position in the NFL, but still highly important for fantasy. I'm here to talk about the most important players at the position for this season, and I'm probably not going to talk that much about the usual suspects because I want to get to the names that are harder to rank. Maybe you're mad at me for having Nick Chubb as my number one running back this year in a standard scoring league, but come on, how mad can you be? He had nearly 1,800 scrimmage yards and 13 touchdowns last year, and if he's healthy, how's he not doing that again? Saquan Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, they're top three running backs no matter what format I'm playing in. McCaffrey, number one in a full PPR. These are top 5 overall picks in just about any fantasy format. I have Derrick Henry, number 4 in standard, number 7 in full PPR. His age, 29 season. He's unsigned after this year. There could be a cliff coming, but relative to the guys we're going to get to in a little bit, he's the picture of safety and security. And why wouldn't the Titans still give him 300 plus carries if they don't need to worry about longevity? Austin Ekeler, a year younger than Henry, and also 700 pounds lighter, but same situation. The Chargers could beat him like a rented car because he's going to go somewhere else next year. He's number 5 standard, number 2 full PPR. And then on my list, a couple of contract guys, Johnathan Taylor at number 6, Josh Jacobs at number 7. We're making this video in early August. Could our assessments of where to take Taylor and Jacobs in a fantasy draft change depending on the dialogue around their respective efforts to get traded and or paid long-term? Maybe, but for now, I think they're both highly likely not to want to miss out on game checks once September gets here, and thus for the moment, I find them less risky than everyone else who follows in this conversation, and I'm going to keep them right where they are. That gets us through the top 7 running backs to the portion of the program where I start to feel less certain. So, before we get to that next batch of running backs, let me thank Vuori for being such a great sponsor of this channel. Vuori makes comfortable clothing that's great for playing sports, great for going to the gym, also just great for lounging at home and wearing them out casually. I have about 10 pairs of their Banks shorts. I wear the Ace Pant to go play golf. The clothes are great. A lot of what Vuori makes is made with recycled material. Vuori offsets their carbon footprint. The idea behind Vuori as a company is make great clothes and not to hurt the world so much. I love the Vuori clothes. If you go to vuoriclothing.com/Harris, you'll get 20% off your first purchase, and I promise you will love these clothes. I hope you will check them out. It really helps the channel. All right, so after the top 7 running backs for me this year, it starts to feel shaky. I have Tony Pollard at number 8. There's no more Zeke Elliott in Dallas. Pollard was terrific in his role with the Cowboys last year. Almost 1,400 scrimmage yards, 12 touchdowns, explosive player in space. And Pollard did all that with fewer than 200 carries and only 232 touches overall. And of course, that's why I worry. If you make Pollard your second round fantasy pick, he's 6 foot, 210 pounds. Not tiny, but he certainly had more success on the perimeter than plowing through tackles up the middle, and now he'll probably be asked to do just about everything. You'd have to imagine at least 300 touches are coming his way if he's healthy. On the one hand, that's thrilling, because if he stays healthy, you could get 60 catches, you could get 1,600 scrimmage yards, you could have a bunch of really long plays, but yeah, I'm scared. Pollard is number 8 for me because he's coming off a broken leg in the playoffs last year. He had a surgical tightrope procedure on that leg. He's not really a bruiser. He's not really super quick twitch elusive. He's going to take some hits. Now, I am making Pollard number 8 on my running back lists, and I would take him in the second round, but it's not hard to understand that there is risk involved. At number 9, I have rookie Falcons running back Bijan Robinson. Obviously, I understand how excited people are about Bijan. I know at this rank, I'm essentially telling you not to take him. Here's my explanation. It's not about him. I'm sure he's really good. It's not about the situation. The Falcons, the quarterback is scary too. For me, there's only so high I'm taking any player that I've never seen play in the NFL before. I grant you, if you make Bijan a top 5 overall pick in your fantasy draft, you could get the Saquon rookie year, 2,000 scrimmage yards, 15 touchdowns. And that will have made your investment pay off incredibly well. You could get Zeke Elliott's 2016 rookie year, 2,000 scrimmage yards, 16 touchdowns. That's about it recently. I mean, Kareem Hunt, his rookie year was good. Najee Harris, his rookie year was good. But even those guys didn't produce more than your typical 4th or 5th overall pick in fantasy does. And that's my point with Bijan and with any rookie running back, barring the truly historic season, which only comes around once or twice a decade. You're paying to get a season that you've seen a Nick Chubb, Austin Ekeler, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry produce year after year, and you're paying it sight unseen. In other words, Bijan's likeliest upside is to do what 5 or 6 guys have already done every year. And he has the downside to struggle some. It could take time to get acclimated. He could lose early time to Tyler Algier. I know the bright, shiny object is fun. Personally, I don't draft rookies in the top end of any first rounds. At number 10, in standard, number 12 PPR, I've got Joe Mixon. I will remind you again that my ranks will stay current and updated at harrisfootball.com. Mixon's terrific. He apparently had some off-field problems this winter. He might have been released, but instead he agreed to a pay cut for this year and next year. And getting him near the middle or end of your second round could pay off really well. That's a discount for someone with the power acceleration combo Mixon has consistently shown in his career. He went late first round last year. It was disappointing. He missed 2 games with a concussion, but he also set a career high with 60 receptions and overall looked really comfortable doing that. The danger in relying on Mixon is he's missed a lot of games due to injuries that result from his bruising running style. The reason to consider taking that risk, though, is that he's proven and he's really good and he plays on a team that could get him to, a lot of touchdowns. He's had, in the last 2 years of Joe Burrow, 30 games played, 25 touchdowns. There are not many obvious threats behind him on the Bengals depth chart either. Number 11 in standard, number 10 full PPR. Here's Travis Etienne, a Tony Pollard-shaped player at the heart of Jacksonville's rushing attack. Didn't play his rookie year because of a Liz Frank foot injury. Didn't start the Jags' first 5 games last year because James Robinson was still hanging around. Week 6, finally got to see Etienne unleashed. And honestly, I hope you're seeing it here. He looked a lot like Pollard, really good. An upright runner, really excellent north-south acceleration, not a powerhouse, not a tackle breaker inside the box. Good receiver, dangerous player in space, big play maker. Etienne is really good and really risky in the same way that Pollard is risky. Does a full season wear him down, and by the time we need these guys for our fantasy playoffs, are they potentially injured or falling off? But Etienne and the Jags as a whole, obvious, have a wealth of young talent. And just like Pollard, Etienne could find himself attached to a wagon that lets him reel off one of those 15-plus touchdown seasons that makes your year. And who did I pick at number 12 for standard? Buddy, I got to tell you, I'm already nervous about Pollard, Bijan, Mixon, and Etienne as an RB1. Those fears might be enough to have me go wide receiver. If I'm picking toward the end of a fantasy draft. Running back is shallow. Should number 12 be Ken Walker? He's got to deal with Zach Charbonnet. Najee Harris, he looked like a worse player than Jalen Warren by the end of last year. Aaron Jones, still very good, but there's the A.J. Dillon factor. There's the Jordan Love factor. What's that offense going to be? Breece Hall, he could definitely go higher if he's clearly over his ACL injury. For the moment, though, at number 12, I'll put Rhamondre Stevenson. I think he's a beast. He sort of had a dream season last year. He's kind of a dream fantasy back. 230-pound crusher who'll score goal line touchdowns, but also has great soft hands, surprising lateral quickness in open space. He caught 69 balls last year. He's probably just slightly shy of completely elite skills-wise. As such, it remains conceivable that New England is going to play the games that they always play with their running backs. Damian Harris is gone, but they've got other young bodies in camp. It wouldn't be a shock to see a traditional Patriots running back rotation that keeps Rhamondre around the 200 carry mark, but that's still probably enough for him to deliver borderline RB1 numbers. But week to week, Patriots running backs can be frustrating. So that's my look at the top names at running back for 2023. As we head into training camps, remember, keep track of my current thinking on running back and all the other positions by checking my standard and PPR ranks at harrisfootball.com. And if you enjoy these videos, I sure would be grateful if you support our sponsor. Check out vioriclothing.com/Harris and get yourself or your spouse or your friend or your relative a great shirt or a pair of shorts. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.